another more proof that Nicholas Backstrom can do more than just set up, Alex?
Yeah, and he showed a lot of leadership because I thought we were floundering in the second period when it was 2-1, and then he comes out in the third period and gets 2 goals. He was just determined, and that's what's making him one of the best.
It's nice to see the struggles and goal at the other end tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? I thought he played okay. He made some good saves, but he just let some rebounds, and it was nice to see the third one go in where he guessed wrong. But when Knuble missed, I said, uh-oh. Like at the end of the second period, I was getting a little jumpy.
Bruce, they hadn't played since December the 28th. That was a really tough game. Not to mention they probably didn't give him enough help, in front, as John Erskine said to me. But he was looking to redeem himself. And now, when Brownlee's back, you've got 3, good goalies. I guess it's a healthy problem to have.
For anybody but the coach. No, I thought Jose played good. I mean, if he had any luck today, he should have had a shutout. I mean, there was nothing he could do on the goal that beat him, the first one. And, I mean, we went brain dead in the last 30 seconds and, left Chichu right out in front of the net. But I thought he was really solid. And you can tell he's solid when he's controlling his rebounds, and he really controlled them tonight. So I'm really happy for him. Hope that gets his confidence going. And you're right, when Varley gets back, that's 3 good goalies.
Bruce, having said what you said about the second period, the fact that they get back in and you guys look a little flat, and you felt you flat. When you talk about Backstrom's goal at 26 seconds, and what that does for your team and what it does today?
Well, it gives you a big sigh of relief, first of all, because you got, a 2-goal lead. And we kept recalling where we talked about in between periods the fact that in Ottawa they outshot us 18-3 in the third period, and we didn't even get the puck out of our own zone, it seemed, and so now you score at 26 seconds and it's like a new ball game. We're in the lead and we're coming on and we've got the momentum. So it's a huge goal because it can go any way on the 2-1 lead, but that gives you a little breathing room.
Gordon, been a long time since he scored one. He's had a pretty tough year. Nice to see.
Yeah, I thought the so-called fourth line, when they got on, they outworked the opposition and they were successful. And that's, they don't always get the goals. And I told them all in meetings today, I don't expect you to score the goals, but when you guys get out there, when you show that energy, it gets the other lines going, and the follow-up usually gets a good chance to score. So, even though you're not on the score sheet, you're doing a real valuable job for us.
Can you talk about the play of the defense in general? It seems like a lot of Ottawa shots away from the nets to the center.
Yeah, well, I think our defense, you take those two, the 6-3 game and the 5-2 game away, and we've been 2 goals or under in the other 7. So, the defense has been doing their job. They're vastly underrated, and you get Brian in there today, and you don't miss a beat. So it's just an underrated defense that I don't think will ever get the appreciation. Even though he didn't have a great game, Mike Green doesn't get the appreciation from the rest of the sportscasters in the league as I think he should.
What did you think of Brian Walker tonight?
Well, I thought he played pretty solid except for the last 30 seconds.
Fair to say that the special teams was kind of a mixed bag. It seemed like PK.
Our PK was really good. Our PP was really bad. We could have had 2 goals on the PP, and still I wouldn't have thought it was very good because we didn't outwork them. When you've got a 5-on-4, that means you got the extra guy when the puck goes in there, and everybody was looking for a goal, or looking for the puck and having somebody else do the work. You've got to go out there, get the puck, and then get control of it. But then we had the pile up at the end of the second where I thought we should have had a goal, and we had a couple good chances. So that's the one thing about our power play. It's the players you put on are so skilled that if they do get an open chance, they've got a good chance to put it in.
What's behind the turnaround on the PK? Why is it so much better?
I just
Fewer penalties for one.
Well, yeah, I think like I've said before, our penalties have gone way down from the first 20 games of the year to the last 22. And secondly, they're starting to pay attention. And we've got a lot of guys that can kill. So and that have killed in the past as tucking forwards for the most part, and they want to get that opportunity to kill. So if you've got that, and we're using eight different players usually on the penalty kill. They want to be part of that. They've got to do a good job because there's somebody else to step in. You take today, Knubel didn't kill any, and he's a good penalty killer. And because he's playing with Alex, and we usually come back with his line. But we've got that amount of players that can do the job. We started to get Jason Chimera involved a little bit in the penalty kill because he's such a good skater that I think he'll be good at it, and he did it in Columbus as well. So,
Speaking of penalties, I know the crowd liked it, but what was going through your mind when Mike Green got the fighting call?
win the fight. That's all that was. Don't get hurt. But we want to step up and as you've seen the last two games, protect our own. And I didn't think we did enough of that when we lost 3 in a row. So now, when there's a scrum, we get everybody in there and we protect ourselves, and that's what you have to do.
Bruce, when you talk about the peaks and valleys of the season, and you kind of rough on the road album last, and then you come home and grab 2, and you got 9 at home this month. Obviously, it does a lot for your club to come back and rebound on those.
Yeah, if you do well at home. I recall last year we were something like 21-1, and we're looking at 10 games at home out of the next 14 or something, and we lost 7. So you can't take anything for granted. We got 3 in a row on the road in our division. I think when we come back, we'll have played the fewest home games in the league. We've got great dates to play. We're a revved up crowd, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So it's a little more oomph in the crowd, but our crowd is great and all the time. And so we'll be happy if we can play well at home. We'll have a successful season.
There's just obvious relief there from Boyd Gordon. He gets his goal. He hasn't scored for over a year now.
Unless you,
The
yeah.
legs were going though, and he said that's the biggest adjustment when you have some back problems, back spasms. He's got to get the legs wet, but he's feeling more comfortable.
Well, that's good. And you have no idea unless you've played the game how big a relief it is to score a goal when you haven't scored, and it's a tremendous feeling. And he works so hard, and he gets so little credit sometimes. It's really nice to see him score a goal and feel good about himself.
Speaking about the crowd, the spaceman seems to really be enjoying himself. Have you ever turned around and looked at him?
I try not to.
Did you catch any of your future players in the junior tournament?
Pardon me?
Did you get a chance to catch any of your future players?
Oh, yeah. The organization is, as George alluded to this week, is very happy. When he went up there, Johansson and Della Rovere and Carlson and Orloff, the 4 prime candidates to make this club in the near future from junior, and they're all great prospects. So I think the future looks good for the Caps.
Has Flash's success in the faceoff circle been a pleasant surprise for you, or did you know?
Yeah, no, I had no idea. But he's got such quick hands that it makes sense that he'd be good on the faceoffs.
Is this something you work with him in practice on, or did you just kind of put him in there and he starts?
Dino works with him on that, but I think a lot of it is natural ability.